So over the weekend, Joe Rogan was ultra critical, is how I will put it, of Khabib. And everything's smoothed over there, right? Everything's fine with Rogan. He actually came out and explained himself. I don't know that Rogan owed anybody an explanation, but he did offer one, and it was accepted. It was great. And he goes, well, you know, that's kind of what I do. Khabib's this killer. He's never lost a fight. He's about to win a world championship. He's never lost a round, but you know, I did see some stuff that he did, and he offered this. Okay, let's set that aside. This isn't a commentary on Joe Rogan. However, it does come back to a very early philosophy that was by Randy Couture. In the late 90s, Randy and Dan Henderson opened a gym. The gym was named Performance Quest, which later went on to be called Team Quest. The reason it was called Performance Quest, and I want everybody to stay in line with this philosophy and psychology of Randy Couture and how this pertains to Joe Rogan's comments. This was at the time where it was, you know, mixed martial arts, and it was all about a belt system, and the black belts went against the black belts, and if you weren't a black belt, then you couldn't beat the purple belt. How could you? How could you possibly, with a black belt, lose to a purple belt, and all these different things? And Randy Couture comes in and goes, I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't even have a belt. All I care about, I'm not on a quest for belts. I'm not on a quest for black and brown and purple and gold and 3 stripes and this and I'm on a quest for performance. Can you beat the other guy? Yes or no? Don't care what your background is. Don't care what your belt is. Don't care how your kata is or how many boards and bricks you can break. Can you beat him? Can your skills beat his skills with your heart and your conditioning and your strategy? Yes or no? And that's where Performance Quest came from. That's why it came from. It was all about the performance. Later became Team Quest. I tie this into Joe Rogan, and I tie this into those comments, because no matter how much somebody understands or thinks they understand about this sport, and it doesn't matter if you're a promoter or a commentator, it doesn't matter if you're a fan or a journalist, it doesn't make any difference. If you haven't done the sport, you cannot fully understand. You just can't. And you can play around in the rooms and you can hit the pads and you can get a belt system while wearing a gi. If you haven't gone out there and competed where it's anything goes, when it's going to be the last man standing, unless you've done it, you just can't understand. And I would just ask this to anybody that would comment on Khabib in this case, but any fighter who's out there winning a contest, to then question his skills while he's winning, would go against the philosophy that I came up with, the philosophy of Randy Couture's original premise of performance. Nobody can judge what a good performance looks like aside from getting your hand raised. Did you beat the other guy? Khabib was out there beating the other guy. So maybe it was a style that you did not recognize. I did not love. I don't love any time a professional fighter has his hands down and his chin up. There is a lineage of history behind guys who have done that, and they all end the same way. Sooner or later, they all get knocked out, and all their careers get cut short. And Khabib was doing that. And if you want to make that commentary, you can go ahead. But at the end of the day, when he's not losing a round, and he's capturing a world championship just because it's something that maybe somebody does not recognize, or maybe they do not understand what he's getting ready to set up. It is not something that somebody can judge based on how it looks. This is not kata, and this is not a belt test for 5 and 10 and 12 and 15 and 16-year-olds. This is an ass-whipping contest in a steel cage. My performance versus your performance. That's what this is all about. People lose sight of that all the time. I will invite you all, and you can thank me later. But this weekend, Sunday, 3 o'clock Pacific time, live and free. Go to my Facebook page or go to my YouTube channel. Live and free, Submission Underground 7.